Welcome to the 10th episode of Peace Drops for the Great Green Wall. This is a project of the Brahma Kumaris Environment Initiative. Following COP15 in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, the Brahma Kumaris delegates decided to lend support to the work of the Great Green Wall through a more subtle approach, that of sending positive vibrations of peace and values that has the potential to empower the work of the Great Green Wall. The Great Green Wall initiative is a very commendable and epic initiative aimed at restoring the ecosystems of the Sahel region, a region plagued by drought, flood, climate change, and desertification. The 11 countries of the Sahel have come together to reclaim lands that have been degraded due to soil erosion and desertification. Peace Drops for the Great Green Wall focuses each month on one of the Sahel countries. This month, we focus on Mauritania. In Mauritania, the advancement of desert sands is threatening homes and farming fields. Since 2018, rain has become very rare, and people has been using pumps in palm groves to gain water supply. With time running out, the authorities have turned to support community projects to protect agriculture and the environment. This month, we also focus on virtues of mercy and wisdom. Mercy is the compassionate treatment of those in distress. The Sahel is in distress. With a merciful heart, we gently encourage the work of the Great Green Wall. Mercy is a gentle form of encouragement which enables others to believe in themselves once more and to regain their optimism and courage. Let us, through our mercy, empower the people of the Sahel so that they may retain their hope in regreening their lands. The quality of mercy works in such a subtle way that the support given never demeans or implies weakness in the others. Wisdom is the ability to make good judgments based on what have been learned from experience. It is the knowledge and understanding that gives you wisdom. Sending the vibrations of wisdom to those living in the Sahel, we will help to encourage them to use their knowledge from past experiences to bring about success in their efforts for regreening the Sahel. With the virtue of wisdom, the work of the Great Green Wall will gain in momentum and their target will be met. With the combination of mercy and wisdom, let us aim to spread these virtues to all the countries of the Sahel, the authorities, and those responsible for the Great Green Wall. For the next 30 to 40 minutes, just relax your mind and concentrate on sending positive vibrations to the Sahel.
In Mauritania, the advancement of desert sands is threatening homes and farming fields. To fight the approaching sands, residents are planting a great green wall, hoping to slow down the process. The project started in 2007, and the aim is to erect a green wall across the vast Sahel region. One of the challenges is the lack of rain. Since 2018, rain has become very rare, and since then people have been using pumps in palm groves. It is through this method that we were able to protect them. People need to be helped with pumps during times of drought. With the help of these solar pumps, we were able to make water available to everyone and meet the water needs. In order to overcome the challenges, local residents have come up with a number of techniques and solutions. What we are doing here is a way to protect the palm groves from the effects of the wind. We surround the palm tree with a small hole, then fill it with water, while trying to protect it with blankets. It is with this method that I can make the palm trees live. With time running out, the authorities have also turned to support community projects to protect agriculture and the environment. The program of the Great Green Wall, what needs to be understood is that it's an integrated rural development program that combines both the objectives of preserving the environment and the objectives of setting up rural development poles, so as to be able to improve the living conditions of rural populations, and especially the most vulnerable populations. The Great Green Wall project was launched in 2007 and is now being implemented by more than 20 countries across Africa.
I sit quietly and I'm going to spend the next few minutes in my inner sanctuary of peace. With one quiet thought, I go inside into my inner space. In a silent moment, I look around my inner space. And with my inner eye, I can see light and I can feel light. I absorb this light and I become a point of light, the tiny point of conscious energy, energy of life. And I feel peace in me. This quiet energy of just being, full, content and safe inside. And I become aware that this is what I truly am, the energy of peace, free, eternal, unlimited. I am light, I am peace, I am me. I visualize the Sahel region and I imagine the Great Green Wall, a living symbol of hope, the largest living structure on the planet, one that stretches 8,000 kilometers across Africa. When I reflect on the Great Green Wall, one of the values that comes to mind is mercy. Mercy is an essential virtue that embodies compassion, forgiveness, and kindness towards others and towards the environment. The people of the Sahel have suffered greatly from the effects of climate change, and the degradation of their lands has left them vulnerable to food insecurity, poverty, and conflict. The Great Green Wall project is a way to show mercy to these communities by restoring the ecosystem they rely on and providing them with a better future. Mercy is also reflected in the approach used in the Great Green Wall project. Rather than using harsh measures to force people to change their behavior, the initiative relies on education, awareness, and participation to encourage individuals to take ownership of their environment and to work towards its restoration. And yet, there is another dimension of mercy. I feel mercy for those who forgot the light and peace in themselves. The deep feeling of mercy comes from love and respect. Mercy means to uplift and to encourage. I feel the deep mercy in my heart, and I share it with all in the Great Green Wall as an expression of my gratitude and respect for who they are and what they do. I send God's light and love that heal and empower. The rays of peace from my heart spread over the Sahel region, and the atmosphere of peace grows. The whole region, all people, all living beings, and the nature return to their peaceful stage. Having mercy means sharing the light of understanding, the rays of peace, and inner power. I am a merciful being, and I share God's love. I am a peaceful being, and I share my peace.
أنا قال المصطفى والسليمان من قرية قفافة وقرجمة. استفدنا منه ما شاء الله بياسم المعلومات، استفدنا منه إلى مستوى القليل إنه عاد فيها استفادة بالنسبة له إلى زرعناه وعدنا فيه في الموضوع عاد ينتج. هو كان مدقدق ولا خالي ولا كان فيه تحديد ولا كان فيه شوفة، نحن تركناه فينا منه. جاء المشروع وبدأ فيه الحمد لله ودقق فيه التدخل، ارتد القليق وعدل وقدرنا نزرعه الحمد لله، واستفدنا منه من اليد العاملة بالنسبة لنا الحمد لله. وقلنا انه يدور عود 2020 تقريبا ندير فيه دور عود دخلت فيه ان شاء الله المشروع دخل فيه دور عود 15 مليون والله. اشتريت منه ذي الشارية اللي راح يشتوها عندي الحمد لله، اشتريتها منه، اشتريت منه الإيز الحمد لله. على مستوى أموال الأسرة ما شاء الله نشرب منه الأقضية ونشرب منه المسائل نحن الخاصين منه من البيسة ومن ذيك الأشياء اللي ندوروا إن شاء الله نستفادوا منه. إضافة الشاريت والأقلام إضافة كبيرة. بالنسبة للأقلام تنحلب ويتدم بها الشاسرة لطعامهم ويشربوا لبنها وهذه مهمة كبيرة. وشؤل الشاري كنت تحتاج أن تقبض 4 حمير ولا 5 إنك تمشي بشاري تقبض اللحمة تدير لي الشاري وتمشي لها 4 رواقج ولا 5. حاسين احنا قرية وقلنا ان الماء ما هو المنطقة هون ما فيها الماء. كان عندنا حسيات قليلين ولا نجبروا فيه من الشرب. كنا نفكر اننا نشهروا بيه نقعدوا نشربوا بيها لكن ما عندنا من المادة اللي قادرين نشهروا بيه. نطعم ولا نخلق المشروع وخلقت الاستفادة. حصلنا بالاستفادة اللي شرينا منها شارت وشرينا منها القلم فظلنا مولي منها رصيد وكل حد طرح منه شيء إلا حقنا رصيد بيناتنا وبدأنا نشهروا به البيء. الحمد لله وجهرناه ويشرب الحمد لله. وإذا كان ما كان حاكم عنه كنت تجبر النتيجة ونين جبرت وعدلته.
For the next few minutes, we invite you to contemplate the virtue of wisdom and how wisdom can support the Great Green Wall and your own life's journey. What do you think of when you think of wisdom? Who do you identify as a wise person? For me, I often think of an elder in my community, an elder with knowledge and insights about life, and knowledge and insights that are proven by experience. A wise elder for me shares important insights on life that are practical and that provide a deep, thoughtful perspective on situations that consider appropriate time and appropriate place. A wise person understands a child, a teenager, an adult, and an elder in their later years will look on situations differently, and therefore different considerations are important. I often think of the image of the wise Sankofa bird from the Akan culture in Ghana. The bird's feet are pointing forward to take concrete action in the world, but the bird's neck reaches backward to learn from the past and take the egg created in the past and values instilled in the past to learn a secure and abundant future. That is wise. I have also been touched by the wisdom of the natural world, the indigenous science that has been learned by observing the cycles and flourishing of the natural world. Trees teach us about flexibility and supporting a community. Rocks are steady, long-term witnesses to the drama of life. Animals and birds and creepy crawlers teach us about mutuality and only taking enough and understanding sustainability. The natural world teaches us about balance and interdependence and cycles of growth and death before new growth springs forth again. This is wise. All of this wisdom can support the efforts we make towards the success of the Great Green Wall. If we put some of this deep understanding and perspective into practice, appreciating the wisdom of elders and the natural world, it will lead to success. And wisdom is so much more. Contemplate for a few moments what other elements make up the virtue of wisdom for you. As an educator and an evaluator, I've often considered the knowledge pyramid. Data at the base, lots of numbers and pieces of disconnected bits. Information is a little higher up, where the bits are sorted and start to give a little meaning. But knowledge is a much narrower part, near the top of the pyramid, where information is sifted and discerned, so it helps us to choose actions to take. Wisdom, however, is that very narrow part, the point at the top of the pyramid, where we make appropriate choices, act and develop experience in a particular realm. Knowledge is to know. We can know many things, but wisdom is to know what's right and to act appropriately. Wisdom is to be. Often wise people remind us to be. We need self-compassion, self-reflection, and a non-judgmental awareness. These are the spiritual skills to become wise. Another aspect of wisdom I have noticed is the ability to balance the deep significance of everything that happens in life while taking a broad perspective of deep time and our place in the huge, unfolding drama of life. Nothing happens haphazardly. What one experiences today is not just chance, but based on the seeds planted in the past. Similarly, if one wants peace in the future, seeds of peace and good actions need to be planted today. This takes humility and a belief in spiritually informed truth. These are two other aspects of wisdom to contemplate: humility and spiritually informed truth. I remember a wise person who once said, "To be enlightened, you need to take life lightly, and you need to take yourself lightly." Over the years, I have also learned a little bit about IQ, EQ, and SQ, which I think relates to wisdom. IQ is quite commonly known. It is our rational, logical, problem-solving intelligence. It is important, but it doesn't stand alone. EQ has also become quite well known: emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is being aware of my own thoughts and feelings and how they influence others. EQ is about the importance of relationships and being sensitive, compassionate to the dynamics of those relationships. SQ, or spiritual intelligence, is less known. It is about the relationships with the self. Someone with spiritual intelligence can confidently answer, "Who I am." Can you answer this question? Do you consider yourself as an eternal soul and your body as just an instrument you work through? Identifying with the body and other bodies and material things at this time can give us lots of ups and downs. Ego and lack of self-respect can cause these fluctuations. Considering oneself as an eternal soul and recognizing the supreme or divine energy from your faith tradition, also as a soul, can put everything in perspective and help in knowing who you are. This is spiritual intelligence. This is wisdom. The Bambara people of Mali have a saying, Mankataye. It has been interpreted as, there is silence at the core of the universe where one connects with one's true being. You are wise and strive to return to that silence in spite of the noisy, material, and social world. This understanding can help us come to terms with who we are and recognize the roles we play in the drama of life. Within contemplation, we can align with deeper meaning and purpose. We can flow with the drama, accepting all. This is wise. Wisdom is the eternal teaching of how to be free. It is a part of each of us. It is within us and can grow like a flower in bloom. A wise spiritual teacher, Daddy Yankee, said wisdom is the ability to respond to situations with understanding, care, and compassion. Contemplate this. Do we always bring this energy to our lives and to our work on the Great Green Wall? Wisdom is a virtue to be cultivated. We may think it belongs to special people, mature elders, or those with a special gift. But wisdom is something we can all develop, and by developing and nurturing it and letting it grow, we can align our IQ, EQ, and SQ. We can discern what's right and appropriate in all situations, and we can contribute caring, compassionate understanding to the world. That is wisdom. Om Shanti.
Thank you for spending your valuable time with us today and for listening and sending your vibrations to the people of the Sahel, and in particularly this month to those in Mauritania. Mauritania, a country that is on the verge of severe desertification, but are fighting back and almost winning in the battle against the soil erosion and the sand encroaching it, using various methods to bring back food and water to those villages in need. Also, we have the time to reflect in our inner sanctuary of peace and send merciful feelings to those working on the Great Green Wall. We also paid attention to the meaning and understanding of wisdom in a very engaging way, and to know that we can actually spread these vibrations of virtues, mercy, and wisdom out into the atmosphere, and know that it will make a difference to the lives of many. Once more, I wish to thank you for attending today's session, and to know that every second Sunday of every month, one session like this will be pre-recorded. Have a lovely rest of the day, whether it is morning for you or afternoon or evening, and I will see you next month. Blessings of peace, of love, of mercy, of wisdom. Goodbye. Om Shanti.